I don't think we can see it on the camera, but it's a nice little display of class for Macy Burton. They've got a "We Love Macy" sign on the bench, and I think that just shows how big Macy is for the program. How she's put 4 years in. She's the only senior, the senior leader of this team, and there we go. We've got it on the screen here, and I think that honestly just shows how important and how impactful she has been.
Yeah, and Macy is one of those players who'll do anything for her team. She's played all over the place this year. She's gone from center back to midfield to playing striker. So all of those things, she's just willing to help out her team, and that means a lot. It's senior night, and her being the only senior, it can be difficult, but it's nice to see the teams supporting her and behind her through this.
I think, that's a credit to Macy. It's tough. She's been blessed over the last few years with great talent all around her, and, new head coach, obviously not new to Bryan, but new head coach in this on the girls' side. So that's a lot to figure out as a head coach of, where do you want to play players. And Macy, obviously, I think we all know her best position's in the midfield, but you have to put strong players where they're going to be helpful for the team. And credit to Macy there, just being a team player, as you said.
Yeah, and we're going to look to get the kickoff underway under the lights here at Bryan Rec Park. Delta will be kicking off to the north goal, and the game is underway. Delta's looking to build up a little bit here from the midfield. Not afraid to play drops back as they do right here.
Yeah, Bryan started out, they're looking very deep defensively.
And they have those two of those midfielders in the 4 pressing up high, trying to put some pressure on Delta as they get a little bit of a breakaway here.
Yeah, it's going to make it tough on Delta if they're playing deep. Hopefully they can get some organization, stay controlled in the middle. It looks like just there, Gabby dropped off a little bit, and that definitely creates some space for the attack.
Yeah, Mauer there with the shot on goal. Pretty easy save there from Eiley Vollmer.
Yeah, just early start. I mean, I know we're only a minute in, but you can see Delta's very comfortable passing the ball, moving the ball, good spacing. And that's the thing about this field as well. It is so wide. It allows for chances, especially you get wide, get that ball back inside, play it through. So if you're comfortable with build-up play, which we tried to do on the boys' side, if you're comfortable with build-up play, you can really create some attacking opportunities, open up the channels, and get in behind the defense.
Piper had a good, promising attack there, but Delta steals it away. Now they're on a counter. Good play there to get the ball back by Lady Bears. Goes right back there. Evelyn Demeline right there in the midfield to get the ball. Delta on the counter again. Ball slotted into Dunning.
Yeah, Bryan definitely sitting deep on the defensive side, and not really pushing up when they start to get into the attack. So it looks like a little bit of a cautious defensive play, which you can't blame Coach McQuillan for that.
Ball gets slotted in by Fisher. It'll get kicked away, and it'll be a Bryan corner kick.
Bryan corner early. 2 minutes into the game. What a quick transition that was.
We'll see who's going to take it here. Looks like Zimmerman's going to take the corner. Delta seemed to... Corner taken, and it'll roll.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That was actually more dangerous than we thought.
Yeah, there was not a lot of communication
No real
there.
urgency there from Delta on the corner side.
Didn't look like the keeper communicated that what she wanted with the ball there, and it kind of just bounced around.
Yeah, Josie's going to chase that down. Hopefully make something happen there. Good challenge there from Josie.
Yeah, forced her to kick it up. Good play there. And Richmond will get the ball in the midfield. She'll give it to Langham. Langham loses the ball. Delta's on the press, but they don't really have numbers. They're just going to boot it up forward. Up here for Dunning. Dunning is going to go at Mossberg. Mossberg does a good job to get a touch and get around her.
Very calm on the ball. A couple cutbacks as the last defender.
And she finds a good slot there in the midfield for Piper Hanna.
Yeah, building forward. That's good breakout play there.
Oh, right idea there. Delta defender did a good job to get a foot on that. Does look like there's a little bit of a gap in the midfield right now for Bryan.
I think the other thing as well, we've just come out and playing on this pitch with the drop in temperatures. This pitch is going to be very dewy. It's going to probably cause for some slips. The ball is going to be very slick.
Yeah, definitely something to be looking towards, especially, me as a goalkeeper, that's something you got to be aware of, the way the ball's going to skip. on shots, and also just through balls. They go a little bit faster than you think they might.
There's
Good ball there.
Piper's in with a chance. Oh, just to the left.
Yeah, that was a great chance there by the Lady Bears. Slotted Piper in there pretty well and just couldn't get the shot on target. And this replay is sponsored by Welling Construction. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712.
Yeah, that was a great through ball, and Piper's done a nice job taking that to the left, getting some separation. I bet she'd like to have that one back, put that to the far post.
Macy does a really good job to wearing that ball there. Great physicality, and they're going to look to Piper again. She's going to play it out wide, just a little bit too much there for Arnold. You can already kind of see a game plan here from the Lady Bears. They're trying to get it up to Piper to hold up, get some hold-up play, and then get those 4 attacking midfielders to kind of press up with her.
Yeah, I mean, that's the 4-1 there from Coach McQuillan. You've got that lone striker, and the lone striker's job isn't just to go and beat everybody. It's to hold that ball up, drop it back, and allow some of that attack. So, we call it the hold-up forward or hold-up striker, and what you'd really like to see is good, clean passes, a quick drop-off, and then movement following in from behind.
Yeah, some good passing there in the corner by the Lady Bears. Josie does a good job to play it off one of the Delta defenders, and they'll get another throw. Good throw, dangerous throw.
That is. Ava's got the ball now, dropping it back.
Good defense there, and now there seems to be a little breakaway, but once again, Bryan's dropped back defensively so well. And a good step there by Mossberg. Richmond with the ball at her feet, getting pressured here. And that was Dalton Keener who did a good job there.
Yeah, you can see Coach McQuillan's game plan is, try to do as much as you can in the attack, hold the ball up, try to get players in. But then as soon as Delta wins possession, they are dropping deep.
Good win there by Amaya, and she's going to slot in Piper. Piper's got one to beat. She takes her on, and a good tackle there by the defender. That was
very good tackle from the defender. Stood her up quickly, got the ball broken out quick as well, found feet.
Yeah, that was Sproul with the great tackle on Hannah. They'll play Josie in on the wing. Just a little bit too much there. And the defender will play it out for a Bryan throw.
That was some really nice triangle passing there in the midfield. Opened it up, and good ball from Zimmerman into good save to get across on that one.
Yeah, really good, especially with the rebound. Sometimes it's hard to read where that ball is. Miley did a good job of staying active, staying ready, and getting down to get that save.
Let's see, this is Delta's first set piece, isn't it?
Yeah, and it looks like they're having all their girls drop back right in front of the 18, and they're all going to run in, it looks like.
No, that's a good set play.
Mossberg does a good job to read that ball, and she's going to play it up to Hannah, who's all by herself right now, but she's got numbers on the backside.
Quick break if she's got it.
Which is a good move to get past the defender there.
She's going to keep driving in.
Yep. She got
good
space. She puts the ball.
That is great forward play there. Held the ball up, tried to keep possession, tried to lay it off.
Yeah, Slagle just had an unlucky touch there and couldn't get a hold of it to put something on target. But great play there by Piper, and great play by the runs from Slagle as well.
Missed the tackle, unfortunately. Oh, Macy, great step there.
Yeah, and the formation that she's running with the 4-1-4-1, she has Maya Langham as the one central defensive midfielder. And she's been doing a good job kind of playing as a sweeper of that kind of back four there and doing a good job of defending. Looks like Zimmerman in the corner. Excuse me, Slagle.
Yeah, I can't see that far either.
Yeah, the black jerseys do not help. It'll be a Bryan throw-in.
Well, those aren't, yeah, that's not going to help us with the backdrop either.
No.
It's a good thing we know most of these girls are.
Yeah.
If we were looking at the numbers in a roster, it would be difficult.
Definitely. Early sub here for the Lady Bears. Looks like Trinity Boffman is going to sub in. I think that's Boffman. She'll sub in for the Lady Bears. Good play there to get the ball in the midfield to Ava Zimmerman there.
Good tackle there from the freshman.
There's Arnold. Composure with the ball at her feet. Trying to take this defender on. She's going to look to swing here. Good defending here by Delta, and I think they're going to end up winning that throw. Oh, no.
Yes, they did. Josie did a nice job winning that. Good touch. Good touch, Ava.
Yeah, good touch. Good throw in there by Josie to get it right to Ava's feet.
So you can see pretty quickly that Coach McQuillan's got one of the center backs very comfortable. I shouldn't say comfortable, but she's very okay with them pushing up and getting into the midfield to put a press on the back, not let them turn, make it difficult to break out.
I think that was Boffman that put that cross in there. Keeper did a good job to come out and collect it. Good ball forward. Piper's going to run on. She's got Josie at the back post. She's going to play it across. Gets to the first defender, Josie's feet, and she'll put a shot on goal just straight to the keeper's hands. Great play, though, by the Lady Bears there.
That was. Get the ball out wide, look for a quick switch across.
And sometimes that's all you need to put the ball in a dangerous position in the box, even though it got a deflection by the Delta players. It just, goal-mouth scrambles is how a lot of goals are scored in high school. Mossberg's going to step to the ball. She's going to get beat. Macy does a good job defending there, stepping in front. Mossberg recovers well.
They've both done well there. I can't help but feel like this. If that's the case with this game, it's going to be a lot of work on the Bryan defense, and they're going to have to maintain some organization. And, you know, when they're stepping up, they need to make those tackles.
Delta will retain possession in the midfield here. They're going to look to swing it. And they will. That's Dalton Keener.
Trying to find the ball there.
Yeah, and great job there by Bree Richmond again. Just
good
defend
recovery. That. And another ball, great ball out and good hold-up play. It's unlucky there, but that's a great ball out, good hold-up play, and trying to get the ball back out wide.
Yeah, so far I've been real impressed with Bryan's ability from the defense to play the ball up to Piper right away, get good passes, and sometimes that's really difficult to do, but they've been doing a great job of just finding that hold-up.
Yeah, I mean, breaking the press down quickly, looking to find a hold-up forward when Piper's doing a nice job dropping inside, making herself available.
Looks like Mar will sub in for the Lady Panthers here. The run goes to Dunning. Dunning plays it to Demeline. Demeline looks like their player that they give it to in the midfield to kind of just keep possession. She seems pretty comfortable with the ball at her feet. Delta drives forward here.
Got some speed there. Good step.
And good talk there by the Lady Bears, by Mossberg. There was Marr trying to find a through ball, but Macy Burton does a good job to step and gets the ball straight to Piper again. Piper will play it out to Josie. Josie gets a touch looking for Zimmerman, but can't quite find her.
There should be a stat for a center back passing the ball to a forward, because I think that's 3 or 4 now that we've already seen, and that is just such good play from the back. Good composure, look up, find a forward, and as I said earlier, Piper doing a nice job stepping in.
And I think that's something that the Bryan soccer program in general, both on the boys' side and the girls' side, has been doing a lot better. You look back 4 or 5 years ago, center backs just kicked the ball as hard as they could away from the goal, and to see the possession out of it has been a great change here for the soccer program.
Yeah, it's good coaching.
I guess half the credit's to you. Dunning once again at the ball in the midfield. She'll look to play it to Demeline, but a good block there by Bryan. I've been really impressed with Sprouse so far, both at a defending standpoint and also her ability to keep possession and play out the back. It's been really impressive and probably one of the reasons why Delta's been so organized on defense so far.
Yeah, definitely.
Good ball in there, and a great job by Burton again to get a clearance. I think that was Maurer. Almost got a good shot on goal, but like I said, Macy steps in there and clears the ball away.
Good clearance there. We were just talking about it. Sometimes you just have to do that, don't you?
Yeah. Josie does a good job to play that ball to Zimmerman. Just too big of a touch there.
The one thing I noticed when Delta get forward, they all rush forward, and you really do lose the midfield, but that is a good connection.
Oh, and a good save there by
save.
Vollmer, but she's going to – oh, she stays in bounds. What a great job.
In.
That's a great play there by Vollmer.
Josie definitely taking advantage there of the wet surface, going in for a slide tackle.
Yeah, and there's Vollmer's save shown, and I don't know how she kept that in. I mean,
no, that was impressive.
Looks like an NFL wide receiver toe tapping on the sideline there. Now Josie and Piper are doing both a great job of pressing this Delta team in.
Yeah, that's one thing. The press from Bryan seems to be quite good, starting right from the attack. You know, we always say the forward's the first line of defense.
Delta pressing with numbers, and a good dive to cover there by Vollmer. Smart play to not touch it, and it'll be a Bryan goal kick. And yeah, when they're attacking with numbers, they seem to be pretty dangerous. It was a 5-on-4 there by the Panthers, and unlucky to not get it in the goal.
I think Delta going forward, as we said, they're definitely driving forward with numbers. They're getting a lot of players going forward, but they're doing some good quick 1-2s in the middle, and that's opening up because it's forcing a right back or a left back to pinch in, and then with the overlapping run, it's allowing a ball through. So Bryan's going to need to definitely make those first tackles if they can, and then stay organized at the back and watch the runners.
Miley over there was pulling one of my favorite tactics, making one of my defenders tie my shoes for me as Macy Burton tied her shoes before taking the goal kick.
It's goalkeepers, man.
Too lazy.
It's a breed of their own.
Looks like it was Dunning again in the midfield. Good job there by Mossberg to read that pass. Touching a shot by Delta and an easy save there for Vollmer. I think that's her third already. So good job by her to get her body in front of that ball and make sure it doesn't get through the leg, especially on this wet surface.
Good play there from the right back into the midfield, looking for a long through ball.
Couldn't quite find it, but the idea was they're trying to find Piper up front. Good press there. And that's Green in for the Lady Bears. She does a good job at that left back position, and she'll get it into their defensive midfielder, Malanga.
Another good ball through, breaking down the press. Just missing that final ball. But I'll tell you what, Coach McQuillan must definitely be working on that in training. The balls out from the defense into the midfield or into the forward have been really, really nice. Especially if Delta is going to press you, and you can break that press down quickly, turn, take your space.
Really good press there by the right back. I can't quite make out a number, but she tracked back well and then made some good defending there. Well, a through ball in. And a great play there by Carly Green to get that ball out of danger. Good shot, and another save there by Miley Vollmer.
Long shot attempt, yeah.
Looks like Delta is very comfortable with taking those long shots, testing Miley, but that's former goalkeeper of the year in the NWOAL, so it's not going to be that easy. Another
so
shot.
Right now, I think Bryan doing a nice job defensively, starting to now force Delta, if you've noticed, taking some long shots. So the patience is probably wearing thin for Delta. They were trying to do some build-up, trying to get some intricate 1-2s, some good movement, and then now Bryan's kind of shut that down for the first half of the first half. So Delta's looking for some deep shots. Maybe something sneaks by, but I think Coach McQuillan will be happy with that, limiting them to deep shots from outside.
Yeah, and Delta has had a lot of games with like 6 or 7 plus goals, so it's obviously a little bit frustrating they aren't getting things to work, and that's a great job defensively by the Lady Bears to make them to start taking those shots that Miley Vollmer is very comfortable with from that far out. More presses there, but it'll go off of her. Lady Bears will throw into Macy Burton. She'll play the ball up wide. Great pass.
They've just done it again.
Beautiful.
May, how many times? That's brilliant.
And that's just huge, that their ability to do that, because it takes so much pressure off their midfield. Delta plays another ball in, and Mossberg does a good job to get that out of there.
A little risky there.
Yeah, a little risky with the back heel.
A little risky there. Sometimes you just got to be comfortable taking a clearance, getting it out wide, get out of danger.
Ball tried to go to Abby Todd there, but she touches out of bounds. It'll be a Bryan throw-in. Zimmerman will get it to Arnold. Back to Zimmerman, and she'll play a through ball there to Piper Hannah.
That's a good ball through. Piper gets on the end of it.
There's nobody in the box right now, but it seems to be numbers getting there now. Now we have 2 or 3 in the box. She plays the ball in, tries to find Slagle, can't get it. Josie tries to get a touch on it, can't as well. And once again, that's Dunning doing a great job there in the midfield. Josie did a great job at tracking, yeah.
Good track back.
She's playing that left wing, but she's doing a great job. She tracked back to the middle of the field to make a good defensive stop. With the way this formation is, those forward really do need to track back, and she did a great job there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Through ball in. Once again, Macy Burton there to get the clearance away.
Macy stepped in front of that run well, read it well, stepped in front, made the challenge.
A little pressure. They're going to say Bryan throw in, and they're going to get a sub here. See if I can figure out who it is. For Mossberg.
Bree Richmond, maybe? Looks like, is that Avery Ann Fisher? I think was playing left back. I think you were saying Green, but I think it was Avery Ann Fisher, and then she's slotting into the center back position, and Bree Richmond comes back outside to the left. Good breakout there. Switching the play, switching the point of attack. Looking for a 1-2. Oh.
Ball there. On shot on goal there. I think that was by, is that a Malanga? Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. Tell you what, Danielle was looking for those 1-2s. That was a great opportunity for a 1-2 there, and Piper laid that ball off and immediately made the run through. And there was about 2 seconds too late on that ball.
That was good play there by Delta. They slotted the ball in the Maurer, and then she tried to find, I think it was Dunning on there on the run there, and then good foul there just to protect the goal there by the Lady Bears.
All right, this is the first free kick opportunity for Delta. So they had a set piece play designed on the corner, having someone on the goalkeeper pulling out, and then different directions. So let's see if they've got anything drawn up here for a set piece outside, looking at about, I don't know, 20, 25 yards out, something like that.
Yeah, Bryan had the line set at the 18. They're going to have to go slightly back because of the 10 yards, and that's where they'll hold them at. Ball in, will go for a shot on goal.
What a relief that is.
Yeah.
As a coach, you know, you train to defend. You know, you can simulate set pieces as much as you want, but when you're in the moment, it's a lot different. And a good ball in is so dangerous. So you're very relieved as a coach, and I'm sure as a goalkeeper as well. You could say the same thing when you see that ball and you know you're going out.
Yeah.
I believe you're renowned for saying no.
Yeah, I scream,
when that happens.
I scream, and I like to kind of tick them off a little bit, like not even close, except. There was one time I screamed it and it went in the top corner, so
yeah,
maybe not the best habit.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think you've ever said it to me, though. But normally mine do go in on you, don't they?
Ryan's doing a good job of blocking these passing lanes off.
They are, but they need to continue to hold the possession to allow the play to build up. Unfortunately, they are doing the good stuff by playing the ball to feet, but then they're giving the ball away, and they're, Delta's looking to counter quickly.
Good ball in there by the Lady Panthers, and Dunning tries to take a shot up, but it just goes right over. Another change, I guess maybe not. It looked like Macy Burton got moved up to center or to the midfield, but I think they just dropped her back to center back.
Well, I think in the 4-1, going forward, it almost becomes a 3-2-4-1. So allowing one of the center backs to get into the midfield to be available. But I will say I've been very impressed with Piper Hannah dropping in between the defense and the midfield, finding that pocket of space and becoming available.
Yeah, she did a good job of that right there. Just unlucky the Delta player got a touch, and a good ball in by Delta. And Gabby Mossberg does a great job to clear that out. That's a really tough play to make.
Yeah, she's dealt with that.
Slagle here on the wing. She'll play it up. That'll be a handball, but no call.
Should be a handball. I will say there's something about handballs this season that they seem to not call them as much as I've seen in the past.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a point of emphasis, but I would agree. I feel like very little handballs have been called. Slagle pressing well here. Zimmerman also.
Can't leave space in the midfield like that. That is the danger with only the one defensive midfielder. But again, settling for shots. Bryan very comfortable, very organized at the back. Not really allowing any through balls besides some quick combinations. So when nothing's there, Delta just looked to shoot from well outside, and you know, for good for Bryan. Not many of them have been dangerous.
No. I think they've had maybe one on goal, and it was a slow roller right to Miley's hand. So that's a kind of a relief as a goalkeeper and as a defender is like, okay, we're okay with them shooting them. Obviously, you don't want to give them that space to shoot it, but if they're going to take shots from 30, 30 yards out, you're going to let them if they're not going to be anything crazy. A good try there by Maya Langham, just put a little bit too much on it. Slagle couldn't get to it. Be a Delta throw-in for Kruger. Slagle pressing, a little bit of physicality there. Macy does a good job to step up, and Kruger will get another throw.
But I definitely agree with you. Macy's definitely stepped up. She's looking more in that defensive midfielder role. Oh.
They're going to call a foul there on the Panthers. I think they called that on Maurer.
Little chippy there.
Little chippy chip. Ball in here from Gabby Mossberg. Doesn't quite find who she wants.
You know, that's the thing on a free kick. Good read there
great
by
read
Maya.
by Maya.
Unfortunately, though, when she pushes out wide, that midfield does become open. Looks like it's going to be a foot race here. Does Avery Ann have enough to get in front? She does, and
what a save there by Vollmer.
yeah, Vollmer, great save, and Avery Ann Fisher doing a really nice job tracking back, making it difficult to get a shot off there. It's hard to get a shot off when you're under that much pressure, and Avery Ann definitely did that.
Yeah, well, as a defender, just doing anything to mess up their shot a little bit helps out the goalkeeper tremendously, and Miley did a good job of good positioning there to get in and make a good save. It'll be another Delta free kick or corner kick, and it looks like they're going to go the same thing with a girl on the front post that's going to run in, and the rest of them running in from the 18. Ball in.
Dealt with well, but no one there for the outlet.
She'll play it back in. Dangerous ball. Vollmer, good read there to let it go.
Well read.
Those balls sometimes can be difficult to read with the spin on them if they're going to go on goal or not, and that was a good job by Miley just to let it out.
You know, that's one thing on goal kicks. So she's done well to keep that in. And that's the depth perception here with the lights. It's difficult to tell.
Tricky.
I thought that one was going out, but you know, one thing with goal kicks, you've got time to allow players to get into positions and set yourselves up. You don't have to rush those. That doesn't mean you do an Emmy Martinez either.
Piper, great job again of playing
Macy
that hold
in the
up.
midfield. Oh,
a little
referee.
foul, and yeah, they'll get a call there. You can tell Piper's frustrating a little bit. Touching him past them, they resort to fouling her there.
She is. There's not many up front there.
She'll play the ball in.
Not many up front. And you had 2 or 3 guys or ladies in the midfield that could have, maybe made some passes and forced something.
The good thing for the Lady Bears here is good play there, and a good play between Maurer and Lohman.
Good track back.
And it'll stay in for a throw-in, I think.
I believe that was a throw-in, but I've been wrong before, even though I think I'm right.
Todd will take the throw. But yeah, it looks like on the counter, Delta's really only pressing with 1 or 2, and with Bryan's kind of dropped 4 or 5 back, it's not too much to handle as of right now, but if they play a good through ball in, it has been pretty dangerous so far, as we saw right there in the Delta attack.
Yeah. The one thing I noticed, look at how deep Bryan is here on a throw-in. There is nobody in the midfield whatsoever.
Yeah, it looks like it's 10 or 9 people back, and then Piper Hanner up front, and they're, I mean, we've given them credit for it because they've been able to find her every time, but when you aren't able to find her, it can be very difficult to maintain possession off of that.
And I should also add with that, there was no one really in the middle for Delta either.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it looks like there's a lot of space in the midfield, which is allowing them both to drive with the ball at their feet. So you can see here, there's just a big space.
You got to take advantage of that space there and have someone dropping in.
I've always said that these Thursday night games under the lights, anything can happen. Any team, the worst team in the league, can beat the best team in the league, and it's just like these are the nights. These games like this are. I think it's
nothing
what it's
better.
Yeah,
than
I think it's the reason you play high school soccer is for these types of games. And, you know, Bryan's done embracing this challenge really well. They know that they have to play well, and they seem to have been playing pretty well so far.
This has been a good half. Looks like Bree might have tried to cheat that one a little bit, maybe 5, 10, 15 yards
maybe
up
30.
there. That's all right. It's all right.
Ref's going to say, hey, I need you to take a couple more steps back before you take that throw. The main stop scoreboard reads 0-0 with 10.
Nice correction. Nice correction.
Yeah, I have the Coach Collins with me. I can't say 0-0 like an American. 0-0 with 10:43 left to play in the first half. I'll tell you what, Richmond is flirting with that again as she takes a couple more steps in. And
It didn't look like that one came in. Oh, I guess it did. He's probably got a better view than me.
we do not have the best angle on that. I've been impressed really well here with Delta's Dunning in the midfield, just doing a good job. A lot of this play is going through her. But Burton's doing a good job physicality.
Yeah, agree. The other thing that I've been impressed with is some of Delta's just quick touches, quick passes have been really nice, and they've got good movement. You don't see anyone just staying stagnant. There's another one, the left back getting in behind.
Yeah, it looks like their wingbacks are pressing up a little bit, which helps a lot in the attack. That's something our team tries to do, and looks like Delta's doing a pretty good job of it. Macy just great job being physical there, not letting
down.
Yeah, not letting Bolton do anything there. And the refs are letting them
good
play.
Track
They're both
there. Yeah, you know what? This is an NWOAL matchup. Bryan's got nothing on the line here, right? They don't have anything that they need to win. They're not going to get silverware. It's just the NWOAL, as you said. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff. It's a Bryan Delta game, but you could have anyone in the NWOAL playing against each other, and you're going to work hard. Can you slot back through for Piper? She's made a good run. That's a good ball through.
Plays into Slagle. Piper's going to go take that. She's going to play the look to the drop, or Zimmerman wanted the drop. She's going to keep the ball at her feet. Try to take it past her here. She's going to swing a ball in. That's a dangerous ball.
She's made some nice separation, that. Oh, but no one pressing then, and then it's an easy outlet.
Yeah.
Oh, she's made the wrong decision there.
Good job. Good communication there by Mossberg. Unfortunately, not a great pass out to Richmond, but good talk
you'll take
there.
that. Reset, won't you?
I'll tell you what, Delta Bryan has become quite the rivalry in the past couple of years, both on the girls and the boys side. I mean, this girls team, I think.
That's a good ball through.
Piper's going to take the ball up front. She's going to try to play it through to Arnold. Can't quite get there, but it goes right back to her foot.
A little bit of mix there. Josie Arnold wanted that ball through, and Piper played it as if she was checking in. Wow, that's some pace on that.
Yeah, she's got a lot of speed there.
That's a good step.
Great tackle there. I think that's Demeline there, a senior. She's got a lot of pace on her, and she was able with, like we said, there's a lot of space in the midfield. She just took it from one side of the field to the other because there's so much space to dribble.
Looks like the game is starting to lose a little bit of its shape right now, which is natural. But it's definitely starting to lose a little bit of its shape, and the ball is kind of becoming a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more kickball. Delta maybe trying to bring it back down to feet now, slow the game down, build themselves up.
Yeah, for a good 5 minutes there was a little bit of basketball back and forth, which can get really tiring on a team, and also it's just hard sometimes to get back in your formation that way. Both teams seem to be settling back into it, though.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see Bryan's shape here. It looks like Ava is playing a little bit more attacking. But as we said earlier, you shifted Macy up into the midfield, so that allows a little bit of freedom in the midfield to allow a forward to or a midfielder to play more of an attacking role. Because you've got someone who's competent on the ball, comfortable under possession, under challenge. So I think that's what Coach McCullen's looking for. Try to maybe get two into the attacking side so you have someone to lay that ball off when you do get the ball to the forward.
It looks like they're almost trying to play a diamond in the midfield now with one more dropped back and one more attacking, like you said.
There's a little bit of some disorganization here at the defensive role, but Macy's done well there. She's looking for that ball. She wanted that ball in behind. Yeah, that was a tough one, though, on her right foot.
Yeah, she's getting pressed hard there by Lohman. Good physicality there by Zimmerman. That's something I've been impressed with, that she's gotten a lot better at, is her physicality. As another shot from probably 25 out, and just nothing comes from it. And it's starting to wonder, like, is that the best option there for the Panthers? I feel like they could have played another pass and had a good shot, a better shot on goal.
I think that Bryan is starting to frustrate Delta. I think they're starting to frustrate them. I think, I don't know what I've got some of the scores for Delta here in front of me. I mean, they're winning games by loads. I see a lot of 5-0, 12-0, 5-0, 2-0, 4-1, 10-0, 11-0, 6-1, 5-0. Probably frustrated at this time, and so they need to get that ball in the back of the goal. What are we going to do? Bryan's lined up. Bryan's making it very difficult, so maybe one will sneak in. But if you're Coach McQuillan, you're the Bryan Lady Bears, you're very comfortable with that, letting them settle for shots out wide or out from deep.
A little bit of a risky play there. Mossberg will do a good job to not let it be a corner, but a touch in by Delta, and they're just going to kick it out to reset.
It's the right move.
You can tell the Lady Bears are trying to keep a little bit of possession there, just unfortunately played a little bit of a dangerous ball. Delta got a foot on it, got the ball into the middle of the field. Maya Langham's going to do a good job to read that ball and clear it up. And once again to the forward.
What's that stat?
I think that's 5 defender to striker plays there. As Zimmerman's going to try to play the ball forward.
That's a good ball in. You know what? Let your winger chase that down, and you never know. You might get a corner. You might get a throw in, and you've made something happen. That is great work there in the corner.
Great job by Slagle. Yes, great play. And unfortunately, the ball trickles out. Delta is going to get possession out of that, but Slagle did a great job, great physicality using her body.
Tell you what, we need Tucker Miller here from the Parks Department when he was working there in the summer to trim that tree down. I can't see anything in that left corner from up here. Shout out to the Parks Department. They do a great job here on this pitch and everything.
And Slagle will do a good job to block that. Delta's trying to find a pass, and there's a great play there by Burton as she presses in, and that's going to be a good ball in by Boffman. And she's going to try to play it back to Boffman, just a little too much there from Burton. But Zimmerman's going to do a good job to step up.
Force that. You can see that ground is slick, man. You can see that.
Boffman with the shot.
That was a shot, but there was one more out wide. If she just slotted that one in, you got Josie Arnold in on a one-on-one there. Freshman player, intense game, 7 o'clock under the lights, this many fans here. You can't blame him for taking a shot. But if you're Josie, you're captain, you're shouting for that. You're demanding that ball through.
Seems to be sort of a game plan we have by Lady Bears here, trying to play it to this left corner. It's worked out pretty well as Slagle and Hannah have both done a great job of keeping possession, slotting balls across. And it seems to have been working pretty well for Lady Bears here. We get a sub, as it looks like. Let's see. I need to get some binoculars. I can't. I can't tell who that is.
I can't help you, mate.
The worst part is the numbers they have on their jerseys aren't 100% right because they're wearing the blacks, which aren't the ones they have for their for their team sheet. So I can't really even use that to cheat.
I have no comment. Oh, that's a good step. Freshman as well. That's a good step. Coach McQuillan, obviously you never want to it always hurts when you lose a senior, but she's losing one senior. She's got good development here, and some of these freshmen have really impressed me.
Yeah, and you look at last year's team with how many of those players were seniors who had played 3 or 4 years of varsity, and just the ability to have that quick of a turnaround for these young underclassmen and step in and fill those really big shoes. It's been really good to see.
It's impressive, and you can see there Coach McQuillan's done a nice job with the organization. A little bit of the execution, but that comes with time. That comes with growth, and Coach McQuillan's got to be very happy with the organization from the young Lady Bears here.
Yeah, another thing McQuillan's done is you could probably ask, we'll get an attack here by Delta. Slots the ball in, and a great job to get a foot on that by Langham, and then Thalmer just does a great job of winning that ball on the clearance.
That is, the the left back got done there a little bit, but Bryan in good positions covering the extra, the players in the box.
Yeah, Amaya at one point was playing that defensive midfielder spot. It looks like now she's slotted into center back, as Bryan kind of has Mossberg playing as a sweeper, and then 3 up front kind of defending as well.
That's a good ball in behind. Ava has such a good touch.
Plays the ball forward, trying to find Boffman, just a little bit too much on it. Should be a pretty easy clearance for Delta. She tries to turn it inside, play it across the middle. And Burton pressing well again.
There's that left back overlapping.
Is that Hannah, maybe? I think maybe Piper Hannah's up in the right wing now. Oh, good slotted ball there by the Panthers. And a little bit of miscommunication there.
That's all right. That's all right. Sometimes you have to do that. Just clear that ball, get set up for a corner. Obviously, you don't want to always do that. If you can get it out wide, great. If you can get it to feet, even better. But if you're under pressure, back you're facing your own goal, just clear that out. Let yourselves reset.
Really important here for the Lady Bears with 1:13 left on the main stop scoreboard. Just get a clearance here. We can't. The biggest thing is that they go into the half after letting in a goal off a free kick, off a corner kick. It kind of the whole halftime we were demoralized a little bit. So really important here for the Lady Bears to get a clearance as it'll go right back out to the court.
Need to chase that out. Oh, I thought we were going to see a bike attempt.
Thought I was going to see Hunter Mufeld there trying to get a bicycle.
That's good build up. Let's see. Can we hold it up?
Boffman had 2 to beat, just a little too much on the touch there. Burton does a great job to press in.
There it is. They're in on it.
And the ball slotted through to Boffman. Boffman, if she gets a touch, has a one-on-one with the keeper.
She's in on a one-on-one now.
Slots the ball and puts it right to the keeper. You know, it was a tough shot with the pressure she had on from behind, but a good job by the keeper, good positioning there.
Was under pressure, but another great example of how Coach McQuillan is trying to play.
Great physicality there by Zimmerman.
This is a physical one. Oh,
yeah.
Good turn that.
Great job by Zimmerman. She's going to try to see if she can slot the ball across. She has Slagle back post. She cuts it in. Great move.
Oh, she's unlucky there.
Yeah.
That was a really nice bit of play from Ava Zimmerman, taking some challenges there, composed.
Not much time left. You might see one more shot, but we won't. And at the half, it is Bryan 0, Delta 0. We'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
Welcome back out to the Golden Bear Sports Network. Don Malanga here, joined by Luke Collins. Sorry, Coach Collins.
Coach Luke Collins, please. Thank you.
You know, it was a good competitive half of soccer here in Rec Park. Both the Lady Bears and the Panthers did a good job, and we have a 0-0 draw at the break.
Yeah, it's been a competitive contest. You know, it's been physical. It's had good challenges. Both teams obviously well organized. Delta's probably had more chances. We don't have the stats in front of us, but Delta's had more chances. They've been in the attacking third more often than the Lady Bears have, but really they haven't had any clear-cut opportunities. Bryan's done a nice job holding the defensive line, and then when they are breaking out, doing a really nice job holding the ball up, allowing players to build up into the attack, which is what you have to do if you're going to play defensively, which you have to do against a team that's 12-2-2, who's already won the league.
Well, not necessarily. I think if they lose, they might still not win the league. So Delta still has something to play for, I think.
Oh, interesting.
I think they'll still get a share, but
okay. So
I think it's based on
right.
Yeah, I think it's based on Evergreen's result tonight. As Evergreen drew Bryan, I think that might be their only. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Delta still has it to win it outright. They do still need to win the game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, for Bryan, as we said earlier, there's nothing that Bryan's necessarily playing for. Pride, passion, home game. Probably last home game of the season for the Lady Bears.
Yeah.
At least on this pitch.
They might have a home game Saturday. I think they might play at home Saturday. But
well,
that's not the turf. It's the last home game here.
All right, so last home game here. All right, so sorry, we just came from our own game. We haven't really had much time to prep for this, so we're kind of winging it right now. But let's get back to talking about the action here. So very competitive from both sides. Probably two different team talks here that are going on. Team talk, Coach McQuillan, she's probably talking about some of the attack, not changing anything defensively, working on some of the attack and the build-up play and finding that extra pass, that extra through ball, that ball out wide. And then for Delta, probably not settling for some of those long shots. You're not talking about creating more chances. They're creating chances, but creating that more clinical chance, getting that ball in the final third, passing around like they were doing well in the first 10, 15 minutes. But as I said, they lost their patience. They started settling. They started taking shots from, 20, 25 yards out. Bryan doing a nice job.
Yeah, if I'm Delta's coach, I'm probably saying, hey, the shots are okay, but look for that extra pass. There's been 2 or 3 times where they've taken that shot from far out that if they just look to slot a through ball in, they might have a chance on goal. Another interesting thing to maybe look for in the second half is this game has kind of become kind of a running match back and forth a little bit. So see how subs may come into play in the second half, see how some fatigue may come into play second half, especially with this slick grass. Like anything may happen. Someone gets tired in the defense and then one through ball through and you have a goal. And that may be the goal that determines it, as we see right now with a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, this could go either way. You know, right now I think both teams are very happy with their performance and how they're playing. Obviously, you know, you want to get goals. You want to go into halftime with a goal or two, be in front. But both teams have got to be relatively happy with how they're playing. And as we said, it's a Thursday night. You know, towards the end of the season, slick grass, full crowd. I mean, there's so many people. We've got a lot of the girls who played on this team just graduated. They're back here supporting. So you're trying to play, and both teams are doing that.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool atmosphere we have here. We had it a little bit for the boys' game, but obviously you're going to have more people show up for the 7 o'clock game. And it's just really cool to see the community of Bryan come out and support these girls for how hard they've worked this season. It's a really cool feeling, and as an athlete, it means a lot to us athletes because, you know, it just means a lot. You know, soccer isn't one of those sports that sometimes you get a lot of fans at, so to have a crowd like this, it's really cool, and it's kind of a surreal thing to play with.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing better. I was, you know, when I was in school, we never had the atmosphere like this with the lights. And tell you what, mate, you don't know how lucky you have it with the lights, with the turf, the pregame intro that you have at the turf. I mean, I could not imagine being a high schooler playing on this and having this many, you know, this crowd playing under the lights. It was, you know, I think I did it a couple times in high school, but it was away games, so
yeah.
You know, it doesn't really have that same energy, but. Here, you know, talk about 12th man or 12th woman, I should say. It's incredible, and it's nice for the girls to play here and play the way that they're playing. As I said, Coach McClellan's got to be happy. She's you know, giving the team talking strategy, trying to just figure out some of those extra things that the girls can do to give themselves the best chances to get into the final third and create opportunities on the attack, because they are there.
Yeah,
they are there. You know, when we look at these scores, we've got a 6-6-1 Lady Bears. We've got a 12-2-2 Delta. And as I said earlier, we're looking at Delta's score lines. They're winning by a lot, and they're not letting in many goals either. Clearly, they're well disciplined. They move the ball well, and they're probably holding on a lot of possession. But that's very tough when you go on a 12-2-2 season. You're not really losing many games, and the games they lost 2-0, 1-0, obviously tight. What happens if Bryan scores a goal? Do Delta know how to handle that? Do Delta know how to react? And that's something you can't coach.
Yeah,
it happens throughout a season. It happens when you play matches, and that's a little bit of an advantage if I'm Coach McClellan. You know, obviously pushing early. If you're coach, you want to score immediately and start the half off great, but. If this game's a 0-0 and, you know, something happens, Bryan gets a goal, or, you know, you just frustrate the other team.
Yeah, especially with Bryan being kind of an underdog that they are. It kind of helps to have that kind of like underdog behind you, like that mentality, like we get to spoil this for them, right? I mean, everybody wants their T-shirts to say 6-0 in the league, but you're Bryan. You go out there, you score a goal, you win 1-0 on a gritty 7 o'clock game in Rec Park, and now they have to put 5-1 on their T-shirts, and that's something that motivates some people.
It's absolutely right. Absolutely right.
We're going to go, and we're going to take one more break, and then we'll be right back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. So if you want to talk to your kids, you got to get it trending. I was just trying to get your attention.
Could I just ask?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
I'm on a mic. I can't talk.
Welcome back out to the Golden Bear Sports Network. Don Malanga here, joined with Coach Luke Collins.
There we go.
Had to get it right this time. I would like to play next Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so like we said, still 0-0 draw at the half here for the Lady Bears, and Coach McQuillan probably instilling just keep up what they've been doing, keep up that play to the corner, swinging it across, trying to score there. I mean, it's been dangerous balls, and you get one nice foot, ankle, knee, head, whatever on it, and you don't know what happens in that box, especially with with the slipness of the grass. And also, this is kind of a goalie thing, but that box on the other side is not going to be very great with us playing on it. It's a little dirty or a little dirt right now, but it might turn to a little bit of mud with all this dew. So that might turn to be a slippery. And honestly, just any touch on the ball, you get a slip by the keeper or anything, and a goal could happen. So I think McQuillan is definitely going to say keep up exactly what we've been doing. Defensively, they've been great. And on the Delta side, like you said, probably not settling as much, trying to find that extra pass, probably trying to take an extra pass or two just to get back to more of a rhythm there.
Yeah, I think, as you said, how dangerous some of those crosses are, and that's been a threat for Bryan, getting that ball out to the left and putting it back across. I haven't been extremely impressed with Delta's ability to clear the ball, as well as just the ability. Then again, there haven't been a whole lot of chances for them to do it, but I haven't been extremely impressed with the way they're dealing with balls across or balls into the box. Whereas Bryan, on the other hand, I've been very impressed with their discipline and their organization, and then finding feet.
Yeah, I mean, the stat, I think it might have been 5 or 6 times in that first half that a center back or a right or left back was able to play it up to the striker, which is huge, especially with how this midfield is, with how compact. If you can get up there to hold up play, and then it gives your midfielders time to press in, and that's helped out the Lady Bears a lot. Starting to get a little bit chilly. You can see all the girls jumping around trying to get their warmth back in their legs before the second half starts.
I'm not cold at all.
Yeah, if you hear shiverings, it's definitely not him. But, yeah, starting to finally get that fall weather I've been hoping for forever. It feels like we haven't really had that fall soccer weather. I'm not complaining with the 80-degree games.
It's been very, very weird. We bought parkas last season, and we've had no reason to wear them at all.
I think we maybe might have worn them once before the game, and then by the time the game started, it cleared up.
And even then I said we didn't need to wear it. But they look cool.
They do. Delta seems to be playing with a little bit more urgency in the attack here, pressing a little bit more numbers there.
It's a good step.
Ooh, just that slickness of the ball. It's going to be tough to read some of those bounces.
Macy doing a good job using the body, shielding the ball, dropping it back. Good first touch to pass that ball out wide.
Yeah, and they're just doing a good job possessing here. They got a little bit of a passing triangle going. Macy tries to find Hannah there, just can't quite get to her.
So has Piper shifted out to the right?
Yeah, it looks like Piper's out on the right now, playing that kind of right midfielder. It looks like Slagle is now pushed up top at that striker position, and Arnold's still out wide, and it looks like Zimmerman and Burton are the two central midfielders there.
There it is, that ball, that dangerous long ball. The slick ground, the ball skipping. The defender's got to get behind it. You can't do those one-time swings at the ball on these conditions. It makes it very difficult. Good
great throw there.
Space.
Macy's got room to take a touch. She's going to play it. Tries to find Slagle.
She looked at it. It was there.
Great touch there by Zimmerman. Unfortunately, just nobody there for her as Delta's going to get a counterattack. Got 3 pressing forward. Tried to slot it out wide, but a good job there, I think, by Richmond to get a step. Starting to see some overlap and underlap here by the Delta Panthers, trying to get a little bit more creative in the final third.
Playing advantage? There is no advantage. Good call, ref.
I'll tell you what, he did a good job in our game.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Sometimes in high school it's hard to find guys who are, like you said, mobile and vocal and letting you know what things happen, and I think he did a great job of explaining calls. I think he was very mobile, and it's very helpful as a player when you can trust that your referee is going to be able to explain things to you and treat it in a very professional manner, which I thought he did a great job of.
Yeah, I mean, it's set up, the two-man system is set up to make it very difficult on the referees, and it's, a referee shortage, which some of the referee shortages might be due to the two-man system. So it's nice to have good refs who can control a game and know all the rules and keep control of it.
That was great. Great play there by Mossberg to take a step on that ball. I think McQuillan has slotted Slagle up front there because she seems to be the most pace on the team, and she knows the way that ball can slip through that she might be able to get an attack on goal.
Yeah, she can get in behind. You got to step here. Can't get beat.
Good play there by the Panthers, and then a good defending there by Mossberg, and Vollmer will do a good job communicating there, calling him off. Looks like she's going to try to find a Hannah.
She's looking quick. She
saw the throw to Hannah. She decides to punt it away. But punts can be dangerous if you get a bounce, but just with only one person pressed up, it's really hard to win a punt.
It makes it difficult, especially there. The defenders got a touch on it, but there was no Bryan player pushed up that's going to make it difficult, so that's just going to bounce right to a midfielder for Delta. No time.
Good little tackle there by Delta, but it'll be Bryan's
Macy
throwing.
Seemed pretty unfazed by that one. She didn't really move.
I'll tell you what, Macy's throws have been great today, putting them in dangerous spots, and it's going to be another Bryan throw.
Well done. Don't even let the ref make the call. Just grab the ball. Good touch. Way to open that up.
And you can see Bryan's really tried to do is almost move their lone person up front out to a wing and play it out to the wing and then have those 4 press in as almost 4 people attacking it. They've tried to do that the whole game. Good touch there by the Delta player. Slots a ball in. Let's see if Mossberg will get to it.
Good pace. Good pace from the left back, and then Gabby Mossberg pinching over.
That's sort of a controversial topic. A lot of coaches love the sweeper. A lot of coaches hate the sweeper. But right there, it's nice to have Mossberg there to kind of be the cleanup crew and just get the ball out of the way.
I love playing against teams who play a sweeper. If you can get some wide players there essentially becomes no offsides. You just have to get in behind them. So pass inside, pass back out wide, and you've got a break.
And I think Mossberg's done a good job of, in transition, kind of pressing up just a little bit. That way she doesn't hold everybody on, kind of stepping up. But Delta really hasn't tried to push it that much either.
I agree, and I wouldn't say it's a true sweeper in the sense of you're playing a back 4 and then one player in as deep as possible. This is a different set piece from Delta, so it looks like they're going to plan B.
It looks like a stack basketball formation you got going on here. It looks like she's about to pound the ball, and they're going to all break. Oh, they do. They break off all in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah, I'm going to just say whatever, or I'm just going to agree with whatever you say there because I don't know what that means.
My American audience knows what I mean.
Yeah, my dad taught me basketball. It did not go great. There's a reason I quit after 2 years.
The St. Pat's basketball team needed you.
They did. They did.
Touch there by Zimmerman. She's going to try to play a ball forward. It looks like they've resorted a little bit to just kicking the ball forward and hoping that they can get a run on. It's just really difficult with that one lone striker up top.
Yeah, that's a good step in the midfield.
Zimmerman plays the ball through.
Again, there has to be a little bit slower build-up to allow for the players. If you're going to play that ball through, it's got to be a bit slower build-up to allow players to get forward, especially with how deep Delta are. I mean, I'm looking at the Delta back line. They're not really pushing up into the attack. They're very happy with staying, halfway between the 18 and the halfway line.
Here's Sproul again. One of their stronger center backs, able to just keep possession there well for the Panthers. Plays a good ball through. It's low man. She plays a slot ball in. A little bit of a turn there. Vollmer does a great job of coming out, but the ball slips out, and she does a great job of recovering there. That's a great save and great recovery there by Vollmer. That's a really difficult play to go out, be brave, make that one-on-one save, and then to go dive on it, find it, and dive on it. That's really impressive.
She's done really well there.
See a little bit more urgency now from the Delta Panthers. I think that chance kind of gave them a little bit of a spark, and you see that a lot in any high school soccer game. You get one good chance, and then 2 or 3 more follow just because you got kind of that momentum behind you.
Yeah, I'd like to make a point there. Bryan was about to take that throw in really quick, and obviously you were talking about the momentum shift. Macy Burton just did a great job slowing the play down, letting people get back into position, setting up who was going to make that throw, and Bryan's now back on the attack.
Zimmerman's going to try to put a cross in, and great defensive play there. Oh, a little bit of physicality. She's going to fall on the ball. And it looks like it's going to be a foul, and it is.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're going to try to take this quick.
There's no point to put a kick in yet. Ava, no time. You've got time here. Let them set up. Let your players get pushed up.
And they're going to practically play this like a corner kick, I'd assume, from this spot, just with an offsides. But looks like they got a girl on the line anyway, so practically a corner. Looks like they only got 4. They got 4 girls in the box, kind of angled, trying to see if they can get someone on the back post here. Plays a ball in, and it's going to go to the side of the net.
Bit of a waste there.
Yeah, you would have liked to see maybe a little bit of a whip there, try to get something on it, but just unfortunately not what she wanted there.
No, when you're you know, it's different when you're taking almost a corner from, 5 yards outside the 18.
Yeah.
At that point, just drive the ball across. You work so hard to get that ball down to the byline, drive it across. Almost treat it like a shot, but you're shooting at the penalty spot.
Mm-hmm. And just like we said, hope somebody can get something on it. Goal mouth scramble, anything can happen.
Yeah. Good control.
A little bit of a play or push on there, but no call there for Langham.
These refs were very okay with 50-50, shoulder to shoulders.
Yeah.
You know,
that's right
or wrong, but
they've been
at least
consistent
they've
with
been
it. Yeah,
consistent,
exactly.
all of that.
The issue there was Slagle pressed up and left a lot of space here for number 12, Dunning. Dunning's going to take a shot from out wide, a little bit of a curler, and an easy save there for Vollmer.
There's another one. I'm looking over at the Delta coaches here, and they are getting frustrated with the lack of patience, lack of build-up. They are just shooting to shoot now.
I'm sure Vollmer loves them padding her stats like that, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's an opportunity
Great
now.
ball there. Zimmerman, if she can get in. And
Good break. Good break.
I think that was Maurer on the defense.
Oh, she looked to play that ball back to the thrower who was open. Delta did nice there to condense the back line, make it difficult to get a through ball.
And McQuillan just had a great touch on the sideline, so.
You know, that's something as a coach. You try to act cool when it happens, but it does feel pretty good.
It's like the one thing you get to do the entire game to show that you still got it. A little bit of a dangerous play here. Mossberg one-on-one.
Don't get flat, and they've both read that really well.
Yeah, that's great communication on the defense, and that's great defending there by Bryan.
You know, we teach center backs not to square up. Once you get square, it makes it very easy for a player to shift, do a body feint, and then they're gone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great. They're pressed there by Zimmerman. She's got Piper Hanna in the box, and she's also got Slagle sprinting down the line to get to the back post. Great defending again.
Oh, she
Zimmerman
keeps going.
Oh, just unfortunate little bounce there. But Josie Arnold's going to get a touch. She's going to swing it in. Tries to find Zimmerman. Zimmerman can't quite get to it.
So the game's starting to open up a little bit now. As you can see, it's back and forth. There's no real midfield here. It's just attack versus defense, attack versus defense.
Good job there, and Palmer will be able to claim that. Great job. That takes some good focus to make sure to hold on to that with that ball as low as to the ground. Really important that she got a catch on that. Good job there by her. Plays a high ball.
Oh.
And honestly, those balls might be a little bit better for Vollmer to at least give her midfielders a chance to get it rather than just booting it as far as she can with the one striker up front. Back to it here. She's going to try to slot in a ball there to Taylor. Taylor's pressing hard. She's going to do a good job to Turner. A little bit of physicality there. Plays the ball across. Great ball. Slots it in.
Oh, it's open. There's got an overload.
A shot. And an easy save for Vollmer. A little bit of a Dutch catch there.
Tell you what, there's one more out on the right-hand side. There's one more pass, and it's available.
Yeah, I think that's been the theme of the game for Delta. Just can't quite find that last pass to have a great
ball.
Yep. Another attempt here.
Attack.
Bryan's had a lot of in a row, just constant pressure on him. Defender's doing a great job there.
Yeah, I mean, the back line's held solid.
Another shot. This one high again. I'll tell you what, like, these shots that they've been taking, we saw just right before then, they made 2 or 3 extra passes, and they had a wide-open shot in the middle of the goal. But just taking those shots out wide is, I feel like, ruining a lot of chances for them.
Oh, 100%.
So Bryan will take a sigh of relief as they get to kind of slow the game down again, as it was sort of getting to be a lot of pressure on him. Hopefully this defense looks like Macy's talking to him, going to try to slow it down, possess the ball a little bit more, try to find their attack again.
You'd also like to see the midfield kind of get compact, slot back in, because right now there are huge gaps in the midfield, and Delta's probably a little bit faster going forward, and it just becomes then you know, if you can find that extra pass, it's open. But Bryan's doing a good job staying organized.
Through ball hits off the head of a Delta player, and it'll go to Bolton's feet.
Oh, can't beat that first lady there.
In this half, Dunning's pressed up a little bit more now. She was more their central midfielder now, but she seems to be playing more of an attacking midfielder to a striker kind of role now, being a lot more involved in the attack.
There's a big gap in the – okay, it's a good thing that Delta didn't get that ball there for the Lady Bears, because
there's a lot of room there.
There was a big gap.
Arnold does a good job to get in front of that. Now they're going to press the numbers. They're just going to play it up again. I'd like to see Bryan try to just play that ball through the midfield instead of trying to just boot it long every single time.
Yeah, I think so. But then if it's, if the defender's just going to kick it right back to Ava, and Ava takes a nice little cut there.
She's going to try to swing it across. Dangerous ball there. Piper almost got onto it, but
Keeper's done well
yeah,
there.
Great
Keeper's
play by the
done well
keeper.
to hold on to that.
Yeah, that's a tough, like I said, it takes a lot of focus sometimes. You wouldn't expect it to just catch a ball, but like with the low ball like that with someone coming at you, it took a lot of focus, and Delta keeper did a great job there of staying focused and making a good catch on that ball, especially with how slick it is now with this wet grass. It's like Fisher's in the midfield here.
Good use of the body, shield, turn, open up. Macy's open, plays it out wide. Tries to get it out wide.
Something I've been really impressed with this Bryan Lady Bears team is their physicality. They've been using their bodies very well. They're not as big of a team, but they're just using their bodies well.
Yeah.
Burton's going to have room to drive forward. She will. She's going to take a little cut. She's going to try to find Boffman out on the wing. Boffman has space. She might try to play Hannah here. Just hits it right to the defender. She plays it a little bit more out to the wing.
Yeah, I just saw that in on the ground.
There's Dunning again. She'll play it forward, get it right back to her, and she'll play it out wide. Now we have Taylor driving forward. She'll play it into the middle. And another turn and shot. It's just I don't understand why we're going to play the ball.
If you're a goalkeeper, you're loving that, right?
Yeah.
That's probably how you got your
record
record
today,
today,
got my record. Not today, but I mean, there were a lot of times my sophomore and junior year where teams would just kick it from 30 yards out. They would get the ball, they'd be turning, and they just turn around and shoot.
Yeah.
And like I know a lot of times parents are like shoot, 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 but like when you're just turning around, to just take a shot, you can't really get that great of a shot on goal. It's not like just turning and shooting is not going to give you great power. It's not going to give you great accuracy.
No, especially if you're not even facing the goal.
Yeah.
Complete that turn, take a touch if you're going to have the shot.
Burton has a lot of time here. She's going to look for a big ball here.
How deep Gabby Mossberg is playing. So Danielle playing very conservative defensively.
Doesn't really look like so Lohman's up there up front, and she's not really pressing at all. She's not really pushing that line. So Mossberg is okay with sitting back because she isn't really sitting in a spot that's dangerous.
So we got some subs coming in.
I'll tell you what, these black ones are real hard to tell right now. I think that might be Langham subbing into the midfield there for Slagle. And it looks like now Zimmerman might be pressing up to that striker role.
Yep.
Or they might have moved up to 2 up front here.
Actually, it is. Yeah, they've got 2 up front. Ava looks more central. Piper playing off the wing, but that could shift obviously when it's on the left-hand side. So
looks like they might have switched to a 4-4-2.
Looks more like it.
They might be playing with like a diamond with a defensive midfielder still, but.
Yeah, and with that 4-4-2, it's it's good when you're in the attack, but it does open up the midfield if you're not disciplined.
Mm-hmm. Delta's going to drive. Nobody's really stepping to the ball there.
Stepped.
Plays a good ball there.
At the wrong time.
See if she'll have a shot. Oh, good touch there, but Mossberg does a great job of stepping in there. That was Dunning again. Dunning's been all over the place there for the Lady Panthers. They're going to find Zimmerman up front. Zimmerman does a great job to read that ball. She's got one to beat. She has speed on her. She'll get past her.
She does have speed.
Plays the ball in, and an easy save there for Delta's keeper. It looked like she was trying to put a little bit more cross on that ball, just didn't quite get it where she wanted
to get it on the far post.
Yep. And you want to play that ball right to the pen spot, and hopefully someone can get that.
Oh, good fake.
Fisher
good ball
there,
through.
Great job by the freshman. I mean, you as a coach, how important is it to you that you have freshmen that you can have and trust to be on at a varsity spot? I know we have a couple on our team, but how important is that to McQuillan that she has freshmen that she can trust to come in and do a job at the varsity?
Oh, we were talking about it in the pregame. It's brilliant. It's you talk about being able to build your program how you want it, get players into the lineup, and she's got a young team, and if they're already getting the varsity experience as freshmen, which is rare, at the schools that you're constantly seeing winning the states or going to states or making deep tournament runs. Rarely are they having freshmen. It's mainly upperclassmen, and they continue to build through. They continue to build through, and they can develop players at that level. It's difficult for freshmen and sophomores to kind of come in and get varsity minutes when they lack some of the physical
Good play there by Fisher. Wow.
You need. But yeah, no, it's a great thing as a coach that you can continue to develop players.
We saw this also in the first half. It's starting to get more kickball-y again this game. It just seems like we're kicking it back and forth. And
there are huge gaps now in the midfield. If they can break down to that second phase of the attack and get in behind the pocket, it's very difficult. And with the Bryan defense playing as deep as it is, Delta's starting to play players or drop players a little bit deeper to be available for the pass, and then it's just turn and run, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can see Delta has they're started to look to Dunning, playing the ball to her as a kind of a holding player, and then looking to slot the ball into either whoever's up front. It's been Lohman, it's been a couple other players. Lohman just dropped into the midfield now with a new player, but they're looking to give it to her at the attacking mid and try to slot balls through. Delta's been doing a little bit better of a job of that in the second half. It's probably something that our coach had said to them at halftime. As they'll get it to Dunning again. Lohman plays it back to Dunning. Dunning has room. She plays it out wide. Bryan's been pretty organized here in the defense. And a good physicality there again, that 50-50 shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch some of this, some of the physicality we've seen here.
Yeah.
And it's all been clean. None of it's late.
It's all been great. It's great play. This is a great game to be at.
It's a big game. Yeah, it's a good game to watch.
And I'll tell you what, I'm sure, it looks like the ref pointed to a goal kick, but I think he's going to give a corner now. We're back to the stack formation they got going on. Oh, nope. I think they're going to the first one they ran. They seem to only have 2 plays off this set piece, and they seem to prefer this one. Just the ability to have a little bit of chaos in the goal with everybody running forward, something can happen. As they play the ball in, a touch and a save there for Vollmer. Good job to get on a foot on it by the Delta player, but nothing too hard for Vollmer to save as it kind of goes straight to her hands.
Oh, it's over.
Ball through, and Zimmerman's now on. She's
taking it a little bit wide. Is she going to get back in?
She's going to get back in. She has 2 in the midfield. She has a shot, and it's just straight to the keeper. Unfortunate. But great play there by Zimmerman to read it off that skip that the Delta player missed, and then she got a little bit too wide with a touch, but she's able to bring it back in to have a good shot. Arnold's pressing well here. Good step. And it looks like Langham will get it in the midfield. She's going to try to find Piper. Can't quite get to her. Josie really wanted that ball.
Josie wanted that first time, didn't she?
You can tell Josie's trying to like manipulate the game a little bit, try to get the ball to me.
One out wide.
She's going to get Josie. She should play back to Piper here. She will.
Yep.
Piper's got Ava at the back post. She's going to probably try to swing it in. A big ball in. Maybe dangerous. Keeper does a good job to read that there. Just a little too direct to the keeper there. If she would have put it a little bit more across, it might have been a dangerous ball for Zimmerman.
A little bit too much loft on that one. But there was only one forward in the in between the two defenders, so it's difficult.
With her height, you wouldn't think Ava would be good at winning those balls in the air, but I think she has 2 or 3 goals this year straight from crosses and getting a head or a foot on them. So definitely something dangerous the Lady Bears have.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I did notice on her run, she did a really good job at trying to get into a good position to make it a potential attacking opportunity.
Langham's doing a good job pressing here on Dunning. They're going to call a foul. Didn't quite see what happened there, but the Lady Bears are going to go to the attack now.
Piper's just done a good job stepping in front, took the contact, and the ref called that one. And that's a great run. Josie's going to cross that in.
Good ball in. Hannah gets a touch. She has a shot on goal. It goes over the keeper and a goal! Piper Hannah goal at the 18:51 minute mark. Bryan leads 1-0. We see the Welling Construction replay here as Arnold does a good job to slot that ball into Piper. Piper takes a good touch in and slots it right over the keeper's hands for a goal.
All of that started from a ball through. Piper did a good job not giving up on that, taking the contacts, and then, they've gotten, you could say one way, Delta, you maybe don't think that's a foul. Ref called a foul. Bryan acted quickly. Josie went out wide, put a ball in, dangerous, and Piper very composed on the finish.
Beautiful play by the Lady Bears, and you can start to kind of feel the atmosphere now as the crowd's kind of gotten into it a little bit more.
It's lifted up for sure. It's for sure. That's good. That's exciting.
Big thing for the Lady Bears, something they've struggled with all season, is goals, and then right after the other team scoring a goal right after, and that's been an issue that they have struggled with. So definitely really important in the next 5 minutes here for the Lady Bears to keep control of the game and kind of get back to their thing.
It's almost that's some good build-up play there as well.
She's going to try to find Piper. Piper might have speed here.
Just make it difficult. That's all you need to do as a forward.
Sprout here does a good job, and she is going to end up winning the throw.
I don't know. I don't know
if the ref called anything.
Sometimes I don't know if this ref made a call for the throw-in yet.
I think he might be verbally saying it. We can't hear with our headsets, but if I'm Piper, I'm trying to take that throw until he tells me to put the ball down.
Yeah.
Good job there by Fisher, putting good physicality in.
Good body.
And great body there. Some frustration now by the Panthers.
Well, I think they know it's, it was different when it's 0-0. They're 1-0 down now.
So still on the scoreboard on the park. Our scoreboard reads 1-0. The main stop scoreboard reads 1-0, but the one up here still
0-0.
Still 0-0 there.
We assure you it was a goal.
A little bit of a late call there. Just a kind of a late foul, chippy thing there, but.
So, as you said, Bryan, they've given up goals after scoring one. That's hard, in the mentality, the state that you have to be in. You have to be disciplined. You have to be comfortable. If you're Coach McQuillan, you don't need to take risks right now. You're up 1-0. Get composure, as you said, maintain possession of the ball, make it difficult. We certainly don't need shots from 40 yards out yet.
I do think Langham was trying to play a lob through ball there, but now the thing is Delta now they need to have a little bit more urgency, but it still looks like they're not having their strikers press our back line, and our back line has dropped back so far that if they wanted to, they could press a lot more and open up a lot of space. But it seems like they'd rather have the people in the midfield to play the outlets too.
Yeah.
Once again, this tree blocking our vision, but.
Oh, she did well to beat the first.
Good job by Langham and to stick with that.
Yeah.
Ball across there and a good step there by the Lady Bears. A little bit of a scramble here. Burton does a great job to get a foot out there. I think it's Richmond out here in the left back. And just making Delta move backwards and kind of making them reset. Ball in, and Vollmer let it out of bounds.
And again, another deep shot from Delta, not really putting any pressure on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and Vollmer will take her time to take this goal kick, and I mean it'll help that Delta's going to sub right here.
Looks like they're talking some strategy as well, center back and goalkeeper.
That's something that Burton's done a great job of, is communicating these things, and then the center backs reverting it back to everybody, just kind of like, hey, this is what we need to do differently. I know that I'll say that I'll pull Carter aside, I'll pull Nolan aside and say, hey, this is what we need to be doing differently, and that can help a lot with confidence in the back line.
Yeah, and at this level now, you trust you guys to talk about it. You trust the girls who've been playing for a long enough time. You trust that they're able to talk strategy, make changes on the fly.
I'll tell you what, I bet you this last 15 and a half minutes that we have is going to get sort of chippy. It's going to get sort of, as you can tell, I mean, Delta, they want to win this game, and they haven't been behind a lot this season, and you also have Delta's entire boys team here as well kind of feeding into it. So just a little bit more, there might be a little bit more chippiness to it now, as I would assume. You kind of get that, like, the crowd behind you, and it might be a little last 10 minutes. It might get a little physical, a little bit chippy, might be some fouls, something to be aware of.
Yeah, definitely. And at this point, if you're Delta, you need to push. You need to go for it.
Looks like that was Slagle there on the wing. She's going to try to slot it to Zimmerman. Can't quite find her.
Bryan's so defensive-minded right now. They've got three playing at the back. A couple defensive midfielders, but if you're Delta, maybe that is why they're taking those shots, because Bryan is playing so deep.
Yeah, Bryan's done a great job defensively, communicating the whole time. That's something really important that a lot of people don't understand, is like there's got to be a lot of communication there, and Bryan has been talking this entire game, telling people where they need to be, marking up, pressing two people, and not really giving Delta a great opportunity. Josie's going to play the ball up to Piper, kind of skips off her foot from that. And another ball there.
Sometimes that's what you need to do. Just clear it, get yourselves up, reset.
Yeah, sometimes you get too focused on trying to keep possession, and you just need to play it out front and let your team just take a deep breath and just take a break.
Couple substitutions for Delta. I could not see who they were.
Yeah, you're not getting substitutions from us. We'll get your names if we can try to, but it's really hard to see. I give my dad credit for being able to do this because I can't. Arnold does a good job pressing here. So does Richmond, I think.
Delta is in now with a chance. They do play the ball back out wide.
And a high shot again.
I don't know if that was supposed to be a high shot or a ball to the far post, but either way, if you're the Lady Bears, you're okay with that. They had players in the box defensively. Delta really only had one on the far post.
Yeah, I think that's part of the issue is Delta feels like they can't swing the ball in because Bryan's done a great job of committing a bunch of people in the box to defend, that it's hard to swing a ball in.
Yeah.
But sometimes just all you need is it to trickle around and someone to get a toe ball on it.
Unlucky there from Hannah.
Yeah, Todd
Just
there
slipped.
from Delta did a good job to be physical there. Slagle doing a great job pressing. It looks like they've dropped back up to that one lone striker up top. The Lady Bears seem to be a little bit defensive, not more minded now after scoring that goal.
Delta still playing a back four, but it looks like they are letting one of the outside backs push up.
Good ball there. Looks like it's going to be ball in the box. Ball there, and a good clearance there. What a clearance by Zimmerman to commit to that. That ball was just too far out for Vollmer to get to. Zimmerman saw it, and she just got great defensive positioning there and a way to get the foot on the ball, anything you can get there. And they're actually going to get a goal kick for it. And Delta thought they had a corner. And this is what I'm saying, starting to some of these things, like you get the people behind you, the game is going to start to get faster. It doesn't help when you have 17 to 20 teenage boys screaming.
Gosh, Bryan's got the ball in their own half, and they have defenders on the 18.
Yeah.
That kind of shows the defensive game plan now that they're 1-0 up.
And another shot that's not going to challenge Vollmer at all. And she will allow that every single day of the week. That's exactly what she wants as a goalkeeper. It's exactly what you want. If they're going to shoot on you, you have the confidence that, hey, you can shoot from outside the 18, but I'm going to save it. I had that time.
I think the other thing is, teams will do this. They'll go 1-0 up, and then it's called park the bus, right? You'll play defensively. You'll sit players back, which good. You're limiting their opportunities, but you have no outlet. You allow them to continue the attack. Anything can happen then.
I think that's Richmond again. She's going to play a long ball to Hannah, and the keeper's going to stay on her line. Hannah could press up here, and once again, great defending there by Sproul. That senior defender, just the composure on the ball with having someone pressing you, the ability to just clear it out. It's been very helpful for the Panthers tonight. Coach McQuillan being a former Delta Panther herself, I think this game means a little bit more to her as well.
Yeah, it does. You can I'm sure it is. She'll want to win. I'm sure she's playing against some families that she knows as well. So,
yeah.
She'll want to do all she can to win this one.
She wants those bragging rights at Thanksgiving. Lohman's doing a great job to press that in.
Oh, that's a good
Richmond
find
plays
there
a great
into the
ball.
midfield. So you can see it's definitely slick now, but
Yeah.
not just on the ball. You can see players losing their footing. The ability to cut has gone away.
Yeah, and as a player, you can almost try to, you almost get to play into that a little bit more. Like, you are going to start doing a couple more skill moves with the ball at your feet, trying to make a defender slip or those types of things. Once again, just so much room in the midfield there for the Panthers. And Zimmerman has done an amazing job of tracking back and defending.
Yeah, done really well. Credit to the Lady Bears there. They've all worked really hard defensively.
Richmond again tries to get a step and just forces Delta to kick it out of
bounds.
bounds.
Putting the pressure on.
It seems like Delta today has struggled a little bit with a lot of pressure on them, not making the passes, not making the touches they want to do, and Bryan's done a great job of putting pressure on. With this very defensive formation, it makes it a lot easier for them to do it as well. Slagle's going to try to keep the ball in. She will.
She does. And she's
great
in
job
now.
again, and she's going to try to play Piper through. Piper's going to do a good job getting a touch on it, and she'll probably try to take it to the byline.
At this point, you don't need to kill the clock, but you can slow the game down.
Yep. She tries a good ball in.
That is a good ball.
Tries to get to Arnold. Unfortunately, can't get enough on it. It'll be an easy scoop up for the keeper.
Now we need to get back, get the midfield back. If you're the Lady Bears, Delta, you want to go quick there. You want to go quick, but you need to keep possession. You need to keep possession. You need to give your girls an opportunity to push up.
It's a really brave step there by Mossberg to step in there with an attacker running straight at you to get a foot on the ball. Dunning again is going to play a ball through. She's going to have the ball. Langham slips. She's going to play it out wide there to Lowman. And I think that's...
Is that Winsler?
It might be Winsler. Again, I'm really sorry if
yeah, I know. Can't really tell.
Yeah.
That looks like it should be a goal kick. Oh, he's called a foul there.
Oh, so Bryan will get a free kick in the corner.
Fans are loving this one, aren't
they?
they?
Yeah.
This
is
is
one of those games.
NWOAL matchup.
This is one of those games I'd love playing in a late 7 o'clock game where you got you're up by 1, the fans are ticked off and they want a goal. It's
similar to our Archwood one last week.
Yeah, just everybody's starting to get into it. The tensions are a lot higher, but for me that just makes it so much more fun. We'll see if Delta's going to try to take a shot here or if they're going to try to pass a little bit more. Just a couple passes out the back, nothing really dangerous though, as the Lady Bears are able to kind of scoop it up. If you're Delta's coach here, are you trying to change any of your tactics when you're down 1-0?
Absolutely. I know that there's no threat from Bryan pushing a bunch of players up, so there's no reason to play 4 at the back. I'd go 3, allow your right and go 3 center backs, get a right wing back, a left wing back. Almost you could call them midfielders at that point, but they're playing out wide, and give them the freedom to overlap. Give them the freedom to overlap because you want to be able to build up play and then find that extra ball through because they can either cut in, have a shot, they can play the ball across, and you've got opportunities.
Yeah. It looks like they maybe have switched to that with these 3 kind of sitting back. It looks like there's more kind of 2 sitting as like holding midfielders.
It does look like they have switched to a back 3, but I'm not sure if it's a width or if it looks like they've got more in the midfield and still just relying on those left and right wings.
Yeah. And it looks like their strength is in their midfield, and that's kind of what they've been relying on this whole game. It's a great through ball to Piper Hannah. Piper Hannah might be on goal. She's got to get past Sproul first. She'll play it out to Arnold.
That strategy. You don't want to give the ball away, and that's a good ball. Is it going to stay in, or is it too slick?
Just a bit too slick. Oh, Hannah tries to keep it in. She does keep it in.
She has kept it in. Good hustle there.
Yeah, unfortunately can't get anything out of it, but it's going to roll out of bounds, and the Lady Bears are going to do it to get the ball back. And Josie's just going to take her time.
Yep, that's all you need to do.
Yep. And that's great job by the junior here, just having the composure to know, hey, we don't need to go rush. We just need to slowly take our time, and unfortunately Hannah can't get a good touch on that. Got a little bit of a bump in the back there by Sproul. Delta's trying to sub in.
It's like sub didn't know it was time to go in yet.
And as a coach, you're screaming, hey, run in. We need to get this game going again.
Yeah, vital seconds.
Throw in there. Fisher, I think, does a good job to win that back. Good touch
cut.
there. She's going to play it in to Slagle. Slagle tries to get a touch in, can't do it, but Zimmerman is going to press hard. Zimmerman versus Dunning here. Zimmerman physicality, and no call there. They both went in 50-50 hard for that.
Yeah.
And the ball kind of slips through for Slagle. Slagle's got a touch. She might be able to get a shot. Unfortunately, she can't. Ball falls to Hannah. Hannah takes a touch in. Almost deja vu for Hannah, as it's almost the exact same thing, but just puts it slightly over the bar. Not slightly over the bar, slightly a bit too high there. Fortunately, they didn't have a ball back there, so the ball girls are scrambling to get her a ball.
And now it looks like we've got 3 on the pitch. So
they're doing the best they can with what they got. You know, sometimes I get frustrated, and then I remember they're just little kids, and I was once a ball boy too, and it's hard to be like, they're doing their best, and we really appreciate everything they do, taking the time out of their day to go do that for us. So just comes back to the whole community thing.
Yep. Done well there.
Hannah's going to real smart play there by Hannah just to shield it out, get the throw, take their time.
Just killing more time, killing more time.
Delta fans getting a little bit rowdier now as the time ticks down.
Yeah, these headsets are very noise canceling, so I can't really hear specifics, but I don't think they were happy. And if you're Bryan, just keep doing this. Keep getting the ball out. Kill the clock. Whether that's a throw in, clear the ball. Because look at how deep now. That's really good defensive
Great play by Mossberg, and she gets the ball up to Arnold, and Arnold just unfortunately can't get to it. Had a little bit of a slick skip. And if you're the Lady Bears, you start to wonder, are they going to try to take the ball to the corner and kill the game off as well? Some teams like to do that. Some teams would rather just try to possess the ball out. Oh, good job there by Delta. Gets a ball off the face, Scott Sterling style.
Looks like another one, Scott Sterling, huh? That's the one you're going with?
That's the one I'm going with. Mossberg has a real great throw and gets a lot of distance behind it.
Looks like the refs and the fans getting into it a little bit.
Yeah, we saw that almost a little bit in the first game as well. Some of the fans said some things, but Good job there defensively. That should be, no foul there. She got the ball. Going to have a shot. Burton's going to be there. She's going to be able to kick it out. And then Arnold is going to have space to drive forward with it. She has Piper down the line. Piper's going to get a touch, and Piper can just kind of take it. Oh, great move by Piper.
She's done well there. She's in.
She's in, and she has Slago back post if she wants it. She's going to take a cut inside.
Solo.
She's going to have a move inside.
Only right foot.
And a deflection, and that's a corner.
Way to kill time that.
And the Lady Bears can take their time again. If I'm Arnold, I'm just slowly taking a deep breath, letting the play come to me.
Yep, Josie doing smart, trying to kill the clock.
Yeah, and honestly, as a goalkeeper who loves to waste time, seconds mean everything sometimes. And
that's a dangerous ball, but no one's moved. But look at Delta, no one's moved again.
And
there are so many players. Oh, I think almost everyone but one of Delta's players is in the box.
And there was not a lot of urgency there, and the keeper stayed on her line.
Yeah.
She has this whole game, so those balls were very dangerous, and unfortunate for Bryan not to get a little bit more on that. We have low man driving forward now. She tries to play the ball out.
Just keep clearing it. Just keep clearing it.
2 minutes left in the game pretty much now on the main stop scoreboard. They're just going to try to kill this game by kicking the ball out, keeping possession, and just driving the ball forward, getting the ball outside of your half.
Yep. There it is. Just
Zimmerman
clear it.
Right to the corner, exactly what they
now,
want.
Reset, stay disciplined at the back.
Yep. There's no reason to press forward now with numbers. Zimmerman does a good job to get a body on the ball. She's going to have a good challenge here, and she just does a great job of getting it forward.
So now if you're Delta, you're sending everyone up. You've got to push up. Someone's got to step on this.
Yep.
Oh, another shot, another long shot.
Good deflection there by
job.
Mossberg. Burton tries to keep it in, a little bit dangerous.
A
shot here from Delta, and it's wide.
Oh, corner.
I'm going to say corner. They say it went out of bounds before.
He's got a better view than us.
Yes. That's a real tough angle, especially from where he's at on the field, but made the call, and now Delta's going to go with a little bit of urgency here with their go-to play here.
I think if you're a keeper, are you pushing up or what?
I would. I don't know if this is for the league, but I mean, if you're down 1-0 and it's a big league game, I'm pushing up. I did against Archbold. Oh, and a goal scramble, and great job by Vollmer to just be there, and great positioning and great reaction there to make the save here, as the Welling Construction replay shows. A punt, probably not where she wanted it to go, but it gets the job done for now. And now Bryan's just kind of on kickball mode as the ball kind of sits in the midfield. Josie seems pretty tired there.
We got 30 seconds left. Bryan's got to stay defensively organized, keep it.
Fans are screaming to kick it out, but honestly, they just need to kick it up.
No, that's all. Yeah, that's it. Just clear that ball. There you go.
And that should be it for the Lady Bears.
Kill the game.
Obviously, Delta's going to try to throw. They're going to try to throw from all the way up there. The ref is not going to have that. So that was probably 40. That was probably 40 yards more.
That was not smart as well, because now you can't get a ball in.
And with 5 seconds left in the game, they aren't even going to be able to get the throw in. And with that, the Lady Bears win 1-0 to beat the Delta Panthers, and the celebration ensues.
What a great game for Macy Burton on senior night to win that one. Very well organized, great game plan from Coach McQuillan.
Yeah, and you can tell how much that meant to the girls to get that kind of game before the playoffs and start to kind of get that momentum going in. We're going to take a real quick break, and then we'll be right back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back out to the Golden Bear Sports Network. Don Malanga joined alongside Coach Collins here. And just a really cool thing we just saw right there. You guys didn't get to see it, but just recognizing the senior Macy Burton, who's done so much for the soccer program. stuck it out her senior year to help and be that one mentor, the senior mentor for them, and she gets the recognition she deserves there from Mr. Zimmerman.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing, and I don't know if we saw it on camera, but all the girls ran to Coach McQuillan and gave her a big hug. This is her first season, and that shows the type of culture that she has built, and she continues to build, and she will build here. And as you said right before we left and went to commercial break, you need a momentum game like that going into tournament. It's so important. It's so important. You ride it high into tournaments, and that's what they've done.
Yeah, they go into the half drawn at 0-0. Both of these coaches trying to make adjustments, but McQuillan seemed to know what she was doing. She kind of kept their game plan of playing that ball to the wing and playing it across, and that's how they scored their lone goal. Off a free kick from Macy Burton, plays the ball through. Great play by her. And then she's the ability to slot the ball through to Piper Hanna, and Piper Hanna, the touch and the turn and the great shot over the goalkeeper was a beautiful goal and very well deserved for the Lady Bears as they win this game 1-0.
Yeah, great tactics from Coach McQuillan, but talk about the execution as well from Bryan. Stayed disciplined at the back, stayed deep, good ball through. They scored off of getting the ball into a forward's feet from a pass out from defense. It was they didn't keep possession, but they won a foul. And then from there, quick play out to the right-hand side. They've just done really well. And then a great finish from Piper Hanna.
Yeah, and with that win, Bryan's record jumps to 7-6-1. Their first winning season for McQuillan as the girls' coach. So impressive, and congratulations to her. And just honestly, just a great game. Like we said, it's a great momentum shift for their playoffs. I think they play Continental in their first round of their tournament. So it'll be good for them to kind of get into Continental knowing, hey, we just beat Delta. And Delta is a very great team. I'm not sure if they won the league. I'm not sure how that all worked out.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, they aren't celebrating like they did. It might have been Wasion that ended up getting. It might have been Archibald that ended up getting. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, we don't know the rest of the scores.
Yeah, so, I mean, and from the looks of it, they're sitting on the field saddened. And, that's a huge thing. Bryan to just be spoiler to Delta. A huge win for Coach McQuillan and a huge win for the girls.
Yeah, credit to Coach McQuillan, credit to the girls. They deserve that.
All right, we're going to take one more break, and then we'll be back with our closing thoughts after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Since 1922, we've been part of
Welcome back.
the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead. STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. The only limit is your imagination. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Welcome back out to the Golden Bear Sports Network. Don Malanga joined with Coach Collins one last time here at Recreation Park. And yeah, I mean, we've mentioned it so many times already, but the family atmosphere of this team that we saw is just, it's something special. And I think it's really something special about all the soccer program, like the entire soccer program, boys and girls, the family atmosphere. You hear it when at senior night and they talk about your favorite memories, what are you going to miss most about soccer, and everybody's talking about how they're going to miss this team closeness that they have as teams. And we saw it there with Macy, we saw it there with the team and McQuillan all giving her a hug. And it's just something that's really cool to see here.
Oh, it's special, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is special, and you've absolutely seen that. And then the picture with the We Love Macy sign.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
Yeah. And so after that game, Bryan will go to 7-6-1 on the regular season, and Delta will fall to 12-3-2. That's Delta gets their third loss of the season to the Lady Bears, and that's just such a great win there by the Lady Bears to get that win, get that momentum before they have to play Continental in the playoffs. And Delta, they have a bye before they'll play the winner of Ottawa Hills and Toledo Christian. But now you're starting to think, okay, we're going to have to step it up a little bit. So probably a little bit of a wake-up call there for Delta after losing to Bryan. Like, hey, okay, we got to pick it up before our tournament game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes you think, with Bryan's record, did Delta come in maybe thinking that Bryan was going to be a little bit weaker? But Coach McQuillan did a great job lifting the girls, set up a really good game plan, and Bryan executed really well. Yeah,
the team had a lot of grit. They fought hard, and they ended up winning that game. Today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, and Veteran Services of Williams County. Our next game that we'll be doing, the next game for Bryan, they'll host Continental on Saturday morning at Bryan on the turf. Delta will await the winner of Ottawa Hills and Toledo Christian. Next Golden Bear Sports Network game is tomorrow, October 11th, as the football team looks for the first win of the season against Swanton. You can catch that live at 7 o'clock here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. I'd like to thank Krista Berner, cameraman Samantha Ryan, Remy Rosebrock, and Wesley Lupo. The thank you to the BHS Athletics, Nathan Keel and Teresa Kuzma. I feel weird saying their first names. Golden Bear Photo, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponsack, and GBSN executive producer, I guess he's all right, Chris Malanga.
Great guy. Great guy.
This broadcast is produced by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, included descriptions or accounts of the game, without the express written consent of the Bryan City Schools District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at Bryan Golden Bear Sports Network. With Coach Collins, I'm Don Malanga. Again, your final score is Bryan 1, Delta 0. Have a great night, everybody.